The Sony PlayStation Pulse Elites are hands down the best set of headphones that I've ever used for my PlayStation, and you should avoid buying them. Before we get into it, I know that these aren't the best of the best headphones sound quality wise, but for around $150 to $200, I don't really think you're getting better, and those better headphones are probably close to around $400. I don't need that. I'm not a pro gamer. Keep it casual. Same thing with this review. It's not going to be the most technical thing. There's plenty of other channels on YouTube that will go into the specifics about the headphone drivers and all that stuff. That's not me. I prefer to focus on the experience. So if you guys appreciate that and want to see more, make sure you leave a like down below and subscribe. Firstly, the things that make these headphones great: the sound stage, the audio separation, and the positional awareness that you get when you play multiplayer games. It genuinely felt like I was cheating. Like, I felt like I had an unfair advantage because I would be able to hear everything before anybody else on my team ever could. And I kind of ended up being designated in-game leader all the time just because I had elite situational awareness. It didn't matter what game I was playing: Fortnite, Marathon, Arc Raiders. All three of those games, I had just the upper hand on anybody that I was fighting because I just heard everything. If you're bandaging, I'm hearing it. If your character's breathing, I'm hearing it. And I have not really been able to find headphones within that price range that enabled that ability for me. More on that later, because I actually did find a pair of headphones that are very similar and even might be a little bit cheaper. And for story games, it was just chef's kiss, bro. Every game sounded like art. Just sound design for these headphones and the sound quality is just amazing. It was always crystal clear. I never had to turn up the volume too much. In fact, I only kept it at half volume because any louder was just too loud. These headphones are very loud, but they're also very clear, and they're very balanced. You also get an EQ. I didn't really mess with it. I prefer flat EQ just because it's the most balanced, but those loud footsteps or the explosions, they're not drowning out any other higher end sounds on the wave spectrum. I just felt like everything had an equal sound stage, which was great. And the mic quality was also very good. Some of the crispiest mic quality that I've had so far. I've used Astros and the other Sony headphones, and I feel like this one definitely has standout mic quality. It just sounds crispy, it just sounds clear. It's kind of boring, to be honest. There's nothing really special about it besides the AI noise cancellation when you're eating a bag of chips or something. But I mean, I rarely do that, so that's a random use case. But yeah, just know that the mic quality sounds great. Nobody's gonna dog on you for having a bad mic when you have these headphones.
Oh, be honest, be honest. Bro, what is this fight? What is this fight? That's the fact that they collided in midair.
And then my absolute favorite feature for these headphones, hands down, is the dual connectivity. I know it sounds like a little bit of a niche thing to like. It's actually the sole reason that I wanted these headphones specifically because at the time, I was unaware of any other headphones that can also do that. So basically, it just mixes your phone's Bluetooth connectivity with the game audio. So you could hear your game and whatever's playing on your phone at the same time. Super simple, but it really came in clutch. You know those times where you're just waiting to get into a lobby, so you hop on TikTok or somebody FaceTimes you in the middle of the game. You got to play with one ear off so that you can hear them and hear your game, or simply just playing music. You want to have a easy to use interface like your phone when you're listening to music while playing, or maybe a YouTube podcast or audiobook or something that's just not available on the PlayStation app store. You can just use your Bluetooth on your phone and just mix those audios. Speaking of mixing, that's probably one of the strongest standpoints of this feature because there's no menus that you really have to mess with. If you want your game to be louder, you just crank the volume on your headphones. Same thing if you want to lower. If you want whatever's playing on your iPhone to be higher or lower, you just hit the physical buttons, just hit it up or down, and you have the perfectly mixed headphone every single time, no menus involved, super intuitive, super clutch. And it's one of those features that once you try it, once you live with it, it's kind of hard to go back to a separate set of headphones that don't have that. Actually, one of my favorite things about these headphones, and the battery life was awesome. It's actually something that you don't even think about. It's rated for around 30 hours of battery life off one charge, and it has like quick charging and stuff like that. But to me, that doesn't even matter because it comes with a hook adapter that automatically charges the headphones once you lay it there. So one, you get a nice neat spot to store your headphones when you're not using them. And two, every time you pick them up, they're on full battery. So you literally never have to worry about battery life unless you're playing for 30 hours straight, and in that case you need to step outside, you need to do other things, but I digress. So battery life rated for 30 hours. The specs don't even matter because the experience is just so good, you don't even have to think about it. But then one day things took a turn. I've had these headphones for about 6 months. I got them on Christmas, and there's a reason why I've only been showing you one side of these headphones the entire video. It's because the other side of it actually cracked and it broke. And before you say skill issue, you just broke your headphones, or whatever dumb comment you're gonna comment down there, I'm sure you're gonna comment it anyways. This is actually a no design flaw, and it's been around for as long as these headphones existed, and Sony has still yet to fix it. So if you still buy these headphones after this video, know that you are just living on borrowed time, or your $150 is living on borrowed time, because yeah, it just happens. I'm not the only one. I actually looked up on the internet, on Reddit, and seen many cases of people's headphones breaking in the exact same way that mine did. Me as a person, I'm very careful with my electronics. I actually haven't broken a single piece of my electronics since I was in like 6th grade, and that wasn't even my fault. Like, my phone just fell out my pocket. My Nexus 4 fell out my pocket while I was sitting down, and it shattered. If you know what a Nexus 4 is, shout out to you. You're really a knower. But yeah, that's the last thing I broke. I'm 25 now, so it's been about like what, 12 years since I last broke something, and it just happened to be these headphones, and I wasn't even being like aggressive with it or anything. I was just using it like a normal person would use those headphones. And the design flaw is this: these headphones are like, when they're in their neutral position, they're so like tight and like kind of like close in on themselves. So the only way to get them over your head is for you to open it like that, but that flexes the band. I guess the band wasn't designed to be flexed like that, even though the headphones are so narrow. So over time, the stress leads to a crack, and then the crack leads to the headphone just snapping completely off like mine did. And then boom, that's $150 to $200 gone. I keep saying that because I don't really know like the actual price of it. I'll probably just fact check it and then overlay it on the video somewhere. That's all your money gone. So if you go out and buy these headphones, know that you will literally most likely have wasted your money, and there's no way to fix it. I didn't get any warranty, so if you really want these headphones, make sure you buy the warranty because you're gonna need it. But me personally, much as I love them, I couldn't justify buying them again, even though the verdict on it was that the sound quality was phenomenal. This single design flaw makes them unreliable. So what I started doing instead, I started using my Astros, and I didn't like them. They sound so muddy, and you really just, once you go back to something like the Astros, you realize how the Post Elites were in a league of its own. So I'm kind of searching for something with the soundstage similar to that, and what I end up finding was the SteelSeries Arctis Nova 5s. These ones don't have the dual Bluetooth. I might actually upgrade to the 7Ps just so I could get that feature back, because I know I want it and I don't want to have to buy 2 sets of headphones. The Arctis Nova 5 so far, what I've been testing, sounds nearly identical to the way that the Post Elites sound like, so I'm very happy with that. And they also have hundreds of game-specific EQs that you can choose from on the app and just switch on the fly. Speaking of switch, you're able to connect them to your Switch, to your Xbox, to your PC, to your phone, not just the PlayStation, kind of like the way that the Post Elites were. Honestly, I never really tried to connect it to my Switch, but maybe it could work, but you know, I haven't done that. These SteelSeries headphones are rated for, mine at least, I think it was around 60 hours of battery life on one single charge, which is double what the Post Elites had for around the same price. While it doesn't have like a stand to, you know, dock it to make sure that you're not really ever thinking about charging, it does have quick charge, so 15 minutes of charge gets you around like 6 hours of battery life, which is more than enough. If you're looking into the Post Elites, I would recommend not going that route at all and actually going the route of SteelSeries. Do some research on it and just pretty much see which version works best for you, the 5s or the 7P. Either way, you're gonna get a way more reliable build. It's actually a little bit more comfy in my opinion, and just a better experience with the EQ. And you're not gonna sacrifice any of the sound quality that you would have got with the Elites, and the microphone sounds just as good on the 5s. That's actually the reason I got the 5s instead of the 7P, because from what I've heard on demo videos, the 7P's headphone sounds pretty bad in my opinion. But check it out for yourself. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave a like if you found this video enjoyable, and if I saved you some money and some heartbreak down in the future for when your Elites eventually break. Let me know if I helped you dodge that bullet. Subscribe to the channel for more laid back, more casual tech reviews. I don't really like getting into specs. I like getting into the experience of things, like I said in the beginning of the video. So if you're into that and you don't want to hear a bunch of numbers and you want to hear how things actually work, you found the right place. Make sure to subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one.